I'm gonna finish here with a victory lap and run around this. And when I'm done, I'm gonna jump into that body of water there and use it as a cold therapy and get a nice drink from the fountain here. All right, we're here in Austin, Texas. I'm at the Capitol building. Just gonna go in and meet with the governor and hopefully clean up this one-horse town. It's locked. I can't believe it. They locked me out. President Jefferson Davis, he had this quote right here. And at the end, in quotes, it says, "No steps backwards." Well, now I'm really confused because I think Ben Patrick says 100 steps backwards is equal to 1,000 steps forward.
It's 100 steps backward are worth 1,000 steps forward.
And this guy is saying not to do any of that. I don't know who to believe now. I'm not sure what to do. Now I'm fucked. Again, I wonder if there's one day going to be like a statue like this of like Kelly Starrett, him standing like that, except for like without weapons. He just has a supernova in his hand, and then down the way there's like Ben Patrick, and he's doing this thing that he does, that weird, I can't do it, my knees will explode, where he goes like that. Be interesting, right? Because we don't have the same, we're not fighting the same fights anymore. The fights are different. The wars are about fitness, and the wars are about whether knees over toes is right, or whether functional patterns or GOTA or what Kelly Starrett does is right. Maybe one day one of these guys will win. Hopefully it'll be Mr. Starrett, since I'm a huge fan. Hopefully he wins and he's like up on a pedestal somewhere. And I'll be like, that guy was so mobile, it was awesome. All right, I'm in Austin, Texas. Got to get workouts in, and so there's a hill here. It's not anything crazy. It's gonna basically run right back to where I started, which was the Capitol building, which you see right there. If I need to stop, if I need to just walk, it's gonna be because I'm gonna be practicing nasal breathing. So as I'm going, I'm not gonna talk, but if I feel the urge to breathe in and out of my mouth, I wanna be able to keep nasal breathing the whole time. So I might run, and then it might feel a little difficult, and then I might have to return to nasal breathing. You can think of nasal breathing as a governor, as something to kind of slow you down. We're trying to film a movie over here. God damn it. The nasal breathing is something that can help you to stay in like a certain type of range of your cardio. And I ran 2 days ago, and that run went pretty good. And then all last week I hit a bunch of PRs, so it's kind of time for me to back off on the intensity of what I'm doing with running. And this is going to be a really, really light jog / walk, and I want to try to keep everything in my nose. If you look up stuff about nasal breathing, you'll also see that some people believe that it mimics altitude training. So for those of you that don't have hills or not at a really high altitude, if you want to practice some version of altitude training, or what is believed to be similar to altitude training, you can simply just try some nasal breathing. Another thing to keep in mind is it is, getting closer to the summertime. It is starting to get hot, so if anything's iffy, just back out of it and save it for another day. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna just very, very lightly jog and see if I can prance up the hill effortlessly while still breathing in and out of the nose. So here we go. It's hard to get your air back when you're only going in and out of the nose. A little bit of a cheat that you can do. You can go in your nose get an extra gulp in the mouth so it looked like this. Get a good blowout and then return back to nasal breathing. Felt pretty good. I wasn't able to do the entire thing, only through my nose. Found myself a couple times relying on going in and out of the mouth, but who cares? It's another way to add a training variable into the mix, and if you're not 100% compliant with it, it's probably better than what you were previously doing. That's the whole point of training, is to push a little bit into stuff like that and to allow the body for some adaptation. I'm gonna finish here with a victory lap. I'm gonna run around this, and when I'm done, I'm gonna jump into that body of water there and use it as a cold therapy and get a nice drink from the fountain here. That water's looking good. Fucking bone dry. Oh well. Hey, with your walking and running, my son came up with this term. So Circle C, trademark, all property rights belong to Jake Bell. I was pulling the sled in the gym and he said, I love the sled because it's just simply a form of advanced walking. So let's just apply that to running. So you don't have to be scared anymore, because I think we can all agree that there's a big difference between jogging and running, at least in my mind, especially given the fact that jogging is a made-up form of exercise that was created, and you can look this up, by one of the original co-founders of Nike. And jogging entails that you heel strike, and it entails that you get a really slow kind of rhythm, and it's just a little bopping back and forth, right? But what is that really? A little bit of a form of advanced walking. The people that do competitive walking, they found that they were trying to figure out what's legal and what's not legal with how fast you walk, and they were trying to establish a minimum requirement for having like something in contact with the ground all the time. And they found out by putting things in super slow-mo that everyone was cheating, that no one was staying on the ground the whole time. The point there being, like, when you jog, a very minimal jog, your feet should barely leave the ground. Stay low, go slow, and I'll jog up this way and I'll jog back for the camera, but you can just kind of see it's just really, really light, and the arms are really, really light. There's not a lot of, I'm not trying to open up, I'm not trying to do anything crazy. Once I throw this back, and once I start to throw this forward, which I don't have good rotation, but once I start to do some of this, I start to literally kind of pull my body apart. And maybe at this time, maybe you're like me, starting running at like 45, and maybe that's not a great place to start. So we start with just some advanced walking. I like to have my feet straight. I like to even almost pigeon toe my feet a little bit as I'm running. Then I lean forward. Where I catch myself forward is the way that I'm going to kind of continue to jog. Now, because I'm in these Vivo barefoots, I'm not going to even bother to heel strike at all. But you can heel strike when you're jogging. That's my belief. Now, if you're trying to heel strike and you're trying to complete ultras and stuff like that, that's where we can run into some danger. I think it's too repetitive. But I think that running and heel striking is not a great idea. It's like rounding your back in a deadlift, you know? Can you round your back in deadlift? Sure, you can. How much luck do you have doing that all the time, or how much luck do you have with your back continuing to bend even further during the range of motion of a deadlift? Probably not a great idea. Can you heel strike and run? Sure. As you go faster and faster and further, will your luck probably run out? Maybe so, right? Anyway, this is a form of advanced walking. I'm gonna actually kind of try to pigeon toe the feet a little bit. I'm gonna go low and I'm gonna go slow. I'm gonna lean forward. I'm just gonna try to bring my elbows back just a little bit and drive my knees forward just slightly. And even driving the knees forward is more of running than it is jogging, but for the sake of this, I'll kind of show you what it looks like. So I'm just going to lean forward until I kind of fall, catch myself. I'm trying to push this way each time when I come off the left foot. When I come off the right foot, I'm trying to push that way a bit. This is an exaggeration because obviously I just want to go forward. But this is some of what I'm trying to do. Ric Flair, doing my strut in Austin, Texas, looking like $1 million. So in regular loco motion. Look like this. There you have it. So again, as I'm running, I'm thinking about a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Here, here. Some of that just has to do with getting a little bit of this in the upper body. We can also just do that with the upper body as we're going. But I like to generate a little bit of power with a small flick of the foot. And again, that's a little bit more starting to get into the running technique than it is jogging. But jogging, if you stay low, you stay slow, you're gonna protect yourself. And I want to encourage all of you to do it with me. This is not hard. This is like, it might feel like it's difficult at the moment. You might say to yourself, man, my ankles, my feet. But trust me, if you pitter patter around like this and you say, see this first light right here? I'm gonna run to that first light right there. And then I'm gonna walk back and I'm gonna jog to it again. Really, really small things. So what I like to do is I'll say, hey, I'm gonna run to that light right there. I run to that first light, and if I still feel good, I'm like, hey, you know what? Run to the next light, or run to the next stop sign, run to the next garbage can. I got to kind of check in with myself, make sure I'm feeling okay. But if you go low and you go slow, anyone watching right now, whether you're 15 or you're 65, you can do this. It's a matter of starting out really, really small and trying not to run. Don't try to run fast. Do not try to run fast. Do not try to run far. And don't even bother to push yourself beyond what your current capabilities are. Like, just do a little bit of it. Say, you know what, on this walk today, I'm gonna jog 3 times. Have zero expectations of how far you're gonna jog. And then go out there and start to do it. Next time you go, maybe you do 4 times. Or maybe you do 3 times for 3 weeks and then you progress to 4. Take your time. Run low, run slow, be careful, be cautious. You can also displace the energy by catching it. Catch the energy, catch the energy, catch the energy, catch the energy. Just like if we're jumping down from something, what's the best way to do this so I don't die? It's to try to catch the energy, right? Softish landing. That was even louder than I'd like. Even being 235, it's nice to land light. Catch your energy. Catch your energy, catch your energy. And it's just advanced walking, that's all we're trying to do. So if you haven't tried running yet because of the videos that I'm doing, hopefully this one encourages you to do so. Strength is never weakness, weakness is never strength. Catch you guys later. Whoosh. Mixing up a steak shake for Tom Segura. Kind of strong. All the rest of this is... We gotta go catch a car.
Yeah, we're gonna record some Two Bears, One Cave with you and Tom.
Very cool.
Appreciate you stepping in and replacing Bert. You know, we hope he's still alive.
I'm one of the bears.
Yeah, you're a co-bear.
This is gonna be amazing. Power bear.
Yeah, you're gonna be a powder bear. Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
very smart spot.
Yeah. How you guys doing?
Welcome to the chat. Nice to meet you.
Wow, this is a hell of a setup.
Yes, sir.
Punching in, punching out.
Got it all.
Editing on the fly.
Yes.
Crazy. Craziness.
Watch your step where you're walking.
Clean this place up. This is phenomenal.
Hey man, I got like some thing.
So we'll how about some air chest bump?
Do you lift?
The elbow? Do you lift? Look at these fucking pecs. You weren't kidding. You're not messing around. What do you got? COVID or something?
This is fucking HGH, dog.
I brought you a coffee.
Good to see you, man.
It's got protein in it.
Really?
Full meathead style.
You're the man. Thanks for coming, buddy.
This is sick.
Thanks,
This
man.
is really cool.
I'm excited to do this with you. Do you
Now-
need anything? Do you want anything?
Just maybe a water would be good.
We got you loaded with some waters right there.
Right here. Is this one cracked?
You grab the lines. That's a nice cold one.
Look at these hats. You got cool hats.
Stick around, sorry.
I got like.
See, you see behind the curtain.
I know,
It's like
right?
not as impressive. It's like this is all plastic.
It's all.
That's load bearing. Careful with that.
Yeah.
Sets are all smoke and mirrors, man.
It just explodes.
First of all, I got sick April 17th. I remember it's the day after my birthday. I flew home. I was sick over 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
Got over it. Felt great. Back on the road this week. I woke up like Friday. My throat. And I was like, oh, I think I just slept fucked. Like I didn't think it was sick.
Right.
And it's just been going downhill. And then my doctor won't give me meds.
Doctor won't hook you up?
He's like, no, it's a virus. I was like, well, how do you know, motherfucker?
You're like, give me some ivermectin.
He's like, no, it sounds like a virus. I go, everything's green.
Right.
That sounds like an infection, right? He's like, nah. I'm like, all right.
He's like, yeah, you're gonna be totally fine. You're like, no, I don't think so.
Dude, you look more jacked than when I fucking saw you a month ago.
Awesome, thank you.
You been going after it?
Yeah, I've been going after it. I did a workout, and then trying to get here, you know how like, I'm sure you had this happen a million times. It seems literally like movie extras are paid to like be in your way.
Yeah.
So I went back to the hotel. My card didn't work because it got like demagnetized or whatever.
Oh, right.
Then I went down to get the card fixed, and the machine was broken that fixes your card.
Oh, cool.
I'm like, this is working out perfect. Then we go to pull out, and the biggest lady in the world gets out of her car, starts getting the luggage out of the back of her car.
Really tall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was super tall. And we were just like, this is amazing. I'm gonna grab a kratom real quick. You want any of that?
Yes.
You're right, bro.
It's gotta be, the schlong has to be big, right? You can't just pull out any old schlong.
Are we talking like Nsima size or something?
You know what? I think it's just inferred, right? Like, that he's gotta be dealing with a monster down there, right?
It'd be so depressing if he does.
Yeah, wouldn't you be like, what?
Yeah, I'd be like, go back to fucking Cameroon. Yeah.
Especially if you got some drinks and stuff.
Getting the cold is like you actually get something. Is
What's that? It's called a tasty pastry. It's like a Pop-Tart. They're good. 20 grams of protein. I think there's like 180 calories.
That's not bad.
So it's nice. It hits that sweet tooth. I think they're dope.
Okay.
I think you like it.
Okay, so here, in case you're good.
Okay, thank you. Save this.
Yeah. Ready to rock?
It's the Tom section.
Thanks again, everybody. Appreciate it. Today was awesome. It was really great to meet up with Tom Segura and get on the 2 Bears, 1 Cave for the day. I was Bert Kreischer. Really such an honor to be on the show and to be considered a power bear for the day. Hopefully I did a good job filling in. My perspective on the show is that it kicked ass. It did really well. I got good approval from Tom's staff. They seemed really happy and pleased with it. And most of all, he seemed pumped about it as well. I feel like it's a pretty amazing thing to be able to inspire and motivate someone like Tom, somebody that so many people are looking up to and so many people are enjoying his comedy as well as enjoying like a lot of his podcast material. So for me to have an impact on him is awesome, because then I get to have an impact on more and more people, and that's really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to take people's excuses away, crumble them up, throw them in the garbage, and I'm just trying to simplify fitness and nutrition as much as I possibly can to really dilute it down and make it as simple for everybody as humanly possible, so we can get more people into fitness and get more people healthy and get more people awesome nutrition. Strength is never weakness. Weakness is never strength. I'm about to go eat. Catch you guys later.